My name is Blahin. I'm the founder of the Havana charity. Just over a year ago, at what has turned out to be one of our last ever social coffee mornings, we had the idea to gather the stories that people were telling around us and compile a book of these stories. Some were turning point stories, some funny and uplifting. We had some poets in the group and a lot of artists. And a year later, we didn't realise it would be all we would be doing all year, but we have now produced a book. And this video is a collection of some of our contributors reading their story from the book and explaining why they wish to contribute. The charity provides life-enhancing activity vouchers to people coming through mental health recovery, and all the proceeds, thanks to our generous sponsors from the book, go directly to providing the charitable service, which is 100% volunteer-led. So we hope you enjoyed the compilation. I love how it has brought the book to life, and I think it gives you a better feel for the people behind the book.
I fell into the fish pond and the fish started to tickle me. I started laughing so much I got water in my mouth. I spat it out and splashed the fish. I swallowed too much water that I hiccuped. I caught a fish and took it home to cook. I ate the fish and started burping and farting so much that I started laughing so much all over again and could not stop.
Hello, I'm Roisin Meany, and I am delighted to have 3 of my Corona limericks included in the Havana Laugh book, particularly as it's going to such a good cause. Mental health, God knows, is challenged at the moment in so many different directions. So well done to Blahin, Val, Teresa and Trish for putting the book together. I undertook at the start of lockdown to produce a limerick a day on the theme of the virus and everything it represented and how it affected our lives. I did it in a light-hearted way, hoping to give some people a bit of a smile in the morning maybe, and just take their minds off the anxieties for a little while. I was joined by two other friends, and we all produced a limerick a day for several weeks, and I submitted 3 of them to the book and they were accepted. So I'm just going to quickly read them now. They're short, obviously, they're limericks. See what you think. Corona, you virus most foul, you picked the wrong place for a prowl. We're Irish, we're mighty, we're brave and we're fighty. Crawl back to your hovel, you gowl. So that was one of the more frustrated and angry ones. This one is a very different one. It was written on the occasion of Mother's Day 2020.
Hello everyone, I'm here in the centre of the tree labyrinth here at Carrowcrory Labyrinth Gardens. I've just finished doing a Sunday sessions live, and since I've got all the gear here, I thought I would give a recital of the poem that I've got in that beautiful Having a Laugh, the book, The Oak Tree That Went Viral by Woodland Bard. I posted a picture of an oak tree today on Facebook. Many friends said that they like my oak tree picture. I know, because they clicked like, and some clicked wow, yay, and even sighed by mistake. Many people shared my oak tree picture on their Facebook page, including many people who did not click like on my page. I was poked by many people who wanted me to like their picture of my oak tree picture on their Facebook page on Twitter too, and serving as a background to hip-hop song on YouTube, and sequenced as a loop on TikTok, and debated academically on LinkedIn. My oak tree picture came back to me with graffiti over it, telling me to love trees, to plant a tree, asking me to hug it, telling me it will soon be extinct, telling me it really is the tree of life. Blogs appeared on WordPress, Tumblr and Blogger. informing me how my oak tree is the heart of earth-saving permaculture, the doorway to the goddess. And yes, someone photoshopped a door on the bottom of its trunk to prove that the fairies live there. And there's even chimney on the side of its trunk and smoke coming from a cozy fire. And there's now a window on the tree with a miniature linen curtains too. 1.5 billion people had liked and shared my oak tree pic. And there were even several online Zoom courses offering life-changing guidance from the secret messages of the oak tree in my pic. For a fee, of course. Well, I thought, what a good idea it would be to invite some people for a picnic around this oak tree. I actually know where it is because I took the photograph. I posted an invitation to share a picnic by the oak tree on Facebook events and on Twitter too. And lots of people replied, and they were so excited. And they couldn't wait to have a picnic by this now very famous oak tree. Some asked if they could bring their gongs, sound bowls and flutes, bring prayer wreaths to hang, bring sacred waters to bless this now very famous oak tree. I was asked directions, sub-directions, GPS coordinates, and then told that none of that was understandable. I was asked about the weather and what was the sitting surface like on the seats, and was it okay to arrive 30 minutes late? Well, the excitement, the momentum, the urgency, and that unity of spirit and expectations of soul-searching fulfillment blasted all through the virtual media. And yes, it was virtual. Nobody turned up to commune with this famous multi-billion views oak tree. Well, friends of friends said that they knew of a better oak tree, so they all went there instead, only to find that it had fallen, been sawn up and taken away. Many Facebook friends and friends of their friends sent me texts and messages to say they are with us in spirit.
How's it going, lads? My name's Eddie from Allenwood in County Kildare. My good friend Peter Cran got in touch with me during the week and asked me to do a quick video for this live stream, which I was more than happy to do, as it's for an absolutely brilliant cause. It's for the Havana charity, who are based in Sligo, who deal with mental health issues and help people all around the country. Cause very close to my own heart as well. So please donate what you can, lads. It's an absolutely brilliant cause, and it was an honour to be asked to take part in this. So thanks again for that, Pete. I hope you're all keeping well up in Sligo, and hopefully I'll get back down to you soon for a session. And I'm going to sing a song called Talk to Me. It was written by my friend Ben Cully, who lives up the road here. Very fitting song for this evening. You're told, at least you're breathing, but they don't feel just what you're feeling. I know there's no blood to bleed, 'cause it's your mind that lays in me. It's your mind that lays in me. I can see the truth in your eyes. I know it's hard to see the light when it feels like there's none to find. Sometimes you can't hide what's deep inside. Well, that's okay. Ooh, don't be afraid. these dark walls. You're enclosed, but there's a light, and it can mend. A helping hand is just around the bend. I can see the truth in your eyes. I know it's hard to see the light when it feels like there's none to find. Sometimes you can't hide what's deep inside. Well, that's okay. Ooh, don't be afraid. Oh, you can talk to me. Thanks very much. Please donate if you can, lads. It's an absolutely brilliant cause. Thanks again for listening. See you all soon.
100 Like Me, inspired by the song 100 Like Me by Stephanie Rainey. There were dark days, the days where nothing seemed to fit. Trying to walk, but feeling like I was wading through treacle. No energy and no hope, or so it seemed. Head in hands, sitting at the kitchen table, listening to a song. There must be another 100 like me. Where are they? Or am I the only one hiding? Writing all the time, thoughts pouring out of my jumbled mind, hearing of an organisation, having a laugh, reaching out a tentative hand, afraid of being judged, afraid what people might think. The hand reached back and pulled me up. A warm smile that reached the eyes, friendships made over coffee cups, a feeling of belonging, a feeling of never being alone, knowing that I am never alone. There are another 100 like me, another 1,000 like me. Never be afraid, you aren't alone, you will learn to live again.
I put pen to paper to share my story, Hospital Buddy, which is true, because a friendship was formed during a time which could have been quite traumatic. We shared so much, we laughed so much, we had great fun. I really hope that you, the readers, laugh and enjoy this story. And what better place to showcase it than through this charity that raises awareness and promotes good, positive mental health and well-being. Thank you.
To mothers of Ireland today, your children may well stay away. They're just trying to mind you so COVID won't find you. Stay safe until next Mother's Day. Oh God, I'm really sorry. My new kitten just walked across. Sorry about that, she's very demanding.
Hello to everyone at Having a Laugh. Make sure you support and check out this fantastic charity. Thank you for the work that you're doing. And we would like to give you a little bit of what we do to help support. This song is appropriate. It's got kind of a tongue-in-cheek version of saying, accept me for who I am. But this song says, let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Standing on a corner with the low big hole in the bottom of my shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog. I will be your man dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Now look at here, Sal. Now I know you were born out stocking in a hole in your shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog. I will be your man dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Down in the wildwood, sitting on the log with the finger on the trigger and the eye on the hog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog. I will be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let's get some Susie. One more. Now pull that trigger and the gun set go, and the shot fell over in Mexico. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog. I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Now two old ladies were sitting in the sand, each one wishing that the other was a man. Honey, let me be your salty dog. That was salty. Let me be your salty dog. I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. One more time, everybody, now let me be your salty dog. I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Woo, woo.
So I said I'd read the poem while I'm at it, and I'll wear the hat in honour of my granddad, who used to wear these all the time. So the poem, I suppose, inspiration came out of my head was when I was young, I used to hate going to the bog. I'm sure most people did. But what made it worse was, God love him, my granddad was an absolute grafter. Like, he was born of a different era, and they just didn't see long days of work in the likes of the bog as any big deal. Whereas I was like, oh God, this is torture, like, you know. So a great man, mighty man, and a great grafter, but I was not a big fan when he'd be asking me to go to the bog. So here goes. So it's called The Hardest Yard. A summer's morning, the heat fierce dead, the paddy-capped man fills my heart with dread. With his flask of tea and a face of glee, oh please God, let him not ask me. Come on, Amok, I've a job to do. We should be back well by 2. I knew this game full of tricks, and I'd not see home till well near 6. Slowly, surely, we made our way. With each nearing step, my heart went grey. A July mist, almost like a fog. Just for a while, it hid the bog. 10 minutes more, we'll be done for sure. A mouth of lies from the owl cute whore. Come on, bend that back. 100% pain, 0 crack. My spirit broke, my calves on fire, each prickly sod just like barbed wire. No use in hope or compromising till your line of peat meets the horizon. Never ending, never stops. Do I keep going until I drop? Torture, pain, I'm eternally scarred. They just keep coming. The hardest yard. I look back now with a little smile. That work, a mountain to that child. He meant no harm with his, come on, Amok. This man was made of greater stock. Thanks for listening. As I said, it is in this brilliant book, Having a Laugh, the book available from havinalaugh.com or Lieber in Town. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Greetings, Having a Laugh. My name is Brian Sexton, and I have something very important to tell you. And that is that extraterrestrial superweapons are very easy to break. And the problem with transporting an alien superweapon through deep space is that it's actually pretty boring. It can be tempting to play with the settings, just to speed things along. And that never ends well. Just ask Jerry McLaughlin. Actually, maybe don't. He's pretty embarrassed with the whole thing and would prefer if it was never mentioned. But I'm going to tell you anyway. The story begins with a computer game called Killer Robots. It was the latest creation from PC Mania Games and was due for release in April of this year. Now Jerry loves his games, and he was in town at 9 AM on Wednesday the 1st. And by 1 minute past 9, he was at the counter of GameStop looking for a copy of Killer Robots. "We're doing a delivery after lunch," said the sales assistant. "Fine," Jerry replied. "Oh, wait." He then stood staring at the wall for 5 hours. You know, Jerry really loves games. But just after lunch, and much to the relief of the staff at GameStop, Jerry went home with a copy of the game. He sat down at his computer, shoved the breakfast leftovers and a pile of unopened bills to one side, put on his virtual reality headset, and plugged in the game. And this is when the trouble started. You see, Killer Robots asked for a username, and Special Agent Fuel Invoice was the best Jerry could come up with. "Thanks for checking in," came the voice from inside Jerry's headset. "We've been monitoring signals from this planet for eons, and you are the first special agent to make contact." "Ugh," was all Jerry could reply. He wanted to be virtually smashing virtual robots to smithereens, and not listening to some cod sci-fi game introduction. "My name is Agent Red Tie," came the voice again. "It is an honour to talk with a special agent, even if it is in such unfortunate circumstances. The rebellion against the collective is spiralling out of control, and we desperately need someone to activate the... give me strength. Skip intro," Jerry snapped. "My apologies, Special Agent Fuel Invoice," came the voice again. "I am not familiar with that code word, but I am sure the collective will appreciate your enthusiasm. I can teleport you to the location of the ship, but you'll need to escort the weapon here yourself. It goes without saying that the collective would not request such a thing if the situation is not so desperate. Fast forward, skip to the end, level up." "Do you not require a situation update?" the voice asked. "What do you think?" muttered Jerry through his headset, to nobody in particular. And with that, he was instantly transported to a giant spacecraft hidden within the ice rings of Saturn. Jerry found himself standing in what looked like the control room. An array of translucent controls hung in the air around him. The walls took the form of giant windows running from floor to ceiling, magnifying the view outside. Powerful lights from the ship had lit the surrounding ice crystals in an impressive display. He had never seen so many stars, and in the distance, just visible through one window, Earth. 1 minute Jerry had been eating stale toast and wondering how to pay the gas bill. The next, he was a starship commander about to lead the defence of an alien civilization from killer robots. Jerry was very happy with his €37.99 purchase. "Weapon systems online," he barked. "Systems activating," replied the ship's computer. "Running systems check." The spaceship shuddered. Several rows of the control lights began to blink in a sequence. Jerry could hear machinery whirring and humming into life in the body of the ship below. It creaked and buzzed and clanked and whirred some more. Muttered Jerry. "How long is this going to take?" 6 months for a system check, or 0.16949 of a local planetary cycle, came the reply. 6 months? Jerry was starting to get irritated. "Well, how long till I can start killing robots?" "Once the system is activated, the journey to the collective homeworld will take half a local cycle, or 14.75 Earth years, informed the computer. "What the hell are you supposed to do during all that time?" Jerry wondered aloud, looking about the control room. "It is practice that a special agent uploads the status update of their planet to the collective during systems check," replied the computer, "to determine if the planet is suitable for inclusion in the collective." The ship's computer was starting to think that Special Agent Fuel Invoice was not actually a special agent at all. "What? A status update? This game's a joke. Game over," Jerry barked. "Apologies. I am not familiar with that command. Please rephrase," replied the computer. Jerry looked around the room again. It all suddenly seemed very real. He was starting to think that he was not actually in a game at all. Now, Jerry gave a bit of thought to life on Earth, compared it to life as a swashbuckling alien commander, and decided to play along. Days turned to weeks. Life on board the ship turned out to be pretty good. The ship's computer could replicate any food he desired, and Jerry documented everything he knew from Earth, which included a surprising amount of information on how to destroy alien robots. He found himself learning all about the collective and the workings of the spaceship, and he grew in confidence too. Oh, now if only there was a way to speed things along, he thought. A commander like me can surely modify his ship to travel faster through space. And then he had an idea. When the weapon system is online, transfer all its power to our propulsion engine, he ordered the ship's computer. Now the ship's computer set the system as requested. It still doubted that the man on board was actually a special agent, but he sounded confident and he certainly seemed keen to destroy the robot enemy. The day came when 6 months had passed and the ship's computer began to count down to the weapon activation. 5, 4, 3, 2, rerouting weapon systems to the propulsion engine. Doink! Clang! Weapons and propulsion systems destroyed, announced the computer. But what? Exclaimed Jerry. Weapons and propulsion systems destroyed, repeated the ship's computer. But how? Why? What kind of computer destroys its own engines? Asked Jerry. And he was now panicking. What kind of special agent asked the ship's computer to destroy its own engine? Asked the computer. You're not really a special agent at all, are you? No, muttered Jerry. So what happens now? Nothing, replied the computer. Without propulsion, we will just orbit Saturn until the sun dies. Now the ship was quiet without the noise of its engines. The ship's computer eventually broke the silence. Would you like me to teleport you back to Earth? Yes, said Jerry sheepishly. Jerry found himself sat at home next to a dusty computer. He removed his virtual reality headset, the battery of which had long since died. He sighed. I had a first human being to command an actual starship in the fight against actual killer robots. And I made a pig's ear of it. He vowed never to tell anybody about what had happened. But, you know, sometimes it's better to share these things, just in case somebody else finds themselves in the same situation.
Hi, my name is Jay Schiffman, and I'm a mental health and substance misuse and recovery speaker, a coach and an advocate, and the host of the Choose Your Struggle podcast. And I'm going to read my segment from this incredible book. I've never met an addict who wasn't fighting in some way. Addiction is a destructive illness that divorces part of the brain from itself and suspends the sufferer in a constant state of self-battle. Like a person continuously drowning who can crack the surface just long enough to elongate the suffering and glimpse redemption, but never fully break free. It shouldn't be a surprise that suicide rates among addicts are so high. You can only go through that sort of mental abuse for so long before you reach a breaking point. And it doesn't matter how strong you are, torture breaks everyone eventually. My addiction wasn't a choice because no addiction is a choice. Realistically, there are others who could have gone through this experience and avoided addiction, but I couldn't. I couldn't stop. I had friends who enjoyed pills recreationally. They could take one and enjoy a party. I couldn't. They could take one pill. I couldn't. In the same circumstance, my brain drove me to take 10. I was put on my first medication in middle school, and I wasn't off pills until I finally swore off them for good at 23. By then, I'd slipped deeply into a psychiatrist and psychologist fed and supported addiction. Looking back, the actions of these men, so trusted by my family, is shocking. My brain was never given a chance to grow and adapt. When my psychologist explained a few years into our work together that I was beginning to show signs of a mood disorder, my family believed him. I believed him. We trusted him. It couldn't be that my brain was more addled with constant chemicals and inundations than Keith Richards. That wasn't possible. He said I was sick, and so I was. By 21, I was so hooked that I carried around a backpack full of pill canisters, and I was swallowing months' worth of prescriptions each week. In fact, my psychologist knew I was exceeding the lethal dosage of one particularly nasty drug every day. but it didn't motivate him to take me off them. Instead, he instructed my psychiatrist to approve higher dosages and more frequent renewals. Gradually, I lost everything. When I turned 20, I had a job, I was in school, and I had friends and a loving family. But by the time I was 23, they were all gone. Mornings were too often spent on my bathroom floor experiencing withdrawals, and days were spent lying on my couch, unable to do much more. 23 was when I gave up. I dumped out a lethal dosage on my coffee table and called a friend. I was done. I survived my overdose and spent the next 6 months between 3 medical facilities, the last of which was a long-term residential psychiatric institution. There I was fortunate to befriend wonderful people suffering both issues of mental health and addiction, and I began to see how my plight more resembled the latter. After 3 months of fighting my label and suggesting that maybe the drugs were to blame, I decided to trust myself for the first time in my adult life, and I checked myself out. I went to live with my grandparents, where over 3 agonizing months I stepped down. I took my last pill in the spring of 2010, and I was finally free. Now, 10 years in recovery, I teach people what I've learned from this experience, and I speak and write about the issues of addiction and mental health. We all must work together to end this stigma and free our brothers and sisters, because as long as others are struggling, none of us is free. Thank you.
The third one is a very practical one about one of the ubiquitous safety measures we were all asked to adopt. My hands, they were never so clean. The soap I'm going through is obscene. Day and night I am scrubbing, all surfaces rubbing. Down the drain with you, COVID-19. So that's it. All the best with the book.
So as it turned out, we got contributions to the book from across the country, from the UK, from the States, from across Europe, and we've had music contributions from around the globe for this video compilation. The Havana Laugh charity is a platform from which people who now have the Get Up and Go can support those who don't yet have that drive. We are dedicated to sharing our experiences to spread the light of hope that recovery does happen. But when the cracks start to show, let humour shine through, and having a laugh then becomes an attitude of resilience. We let you finish up with the final track from Burning Hell, and hopefully someday soon we'll be able to reconnect and gather at another social coffee morning, or perhaps have a drink in a bar.
My name is Matthias, and I play in a band called The Burning Hell here in Canada, and I'm going to send this song out to all of you for supporting Having a Laugh. Lil Nas X duetted with Billy Ray Cyrus. Next year came the deadly coronavirus. Everybody trying to hide, everybody staying inside, peeking out of windows wearing homemade masks. I'm not sure how long we can live like that. Don't misunderstand, I'm a fan of public health and safety, and man, we need a lot of each of those lately. But we can't live in caves and burrows or holes. Leave them for the hobbits, the orcs and the trolls. You don't need wisdom like Gandalf or smarts like Sauron to know that social distance is an oxymoron. I want to drink in a bar, I want to go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. Yes, imagine just taking a seat on a stool next to me, and we'd say, hey, it's nice to meet you. Clink our glasses and make a new friend. Imagine we could do that again. I don't mean this to be creepy, and it might be too much, but to quote the boss, I need a little human touch. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. And And I would use all my government emergency money to buy a ram for everybody, even the guy in the camo and the MAGA hat. Okay, maybe not him, but I'd like to think that this bar could be the dawn of a new society, with no more paranoia, fear or anxiety. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. I wanna dance closer than the candles on the menorah. Quiero bailar la lambada, el tango, the hora. Arm in arm with friends and strangers, oblivious to invisible dangers. Kissing on the cheek cause it seems cool and Italian. Try that now, the cops will send a hazmat battalion. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. You can choose the place, I'm not picky, I'll go anywhere. The floors can't be sticky, I don't need a chair. In fact, packed like sardines, that's the stuff of my dreams. People and music, that's all that I need. And when this ends, friends, I'll buy everybody a beer. Until then, I'll be here binging Cheers. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. Imagine we could drink in a bar. Think if we could drink in a bar.